2025 was an especially devastating year when it comes to celebrity deaths. Let's take a look at the many stars we lost.
Killing me softly with this song.
Grammy-winning powerhouse Roberta Flack, who was behind timeless classics like Killing Me Softly with His Song and Feel Like Makin' Love, died on February 24th at the age of 88. No official cause of death was shared at the time, although Flack was diagnosed with ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, in 2022, which ultimately robbed her of her ability to sing and made speaking difficult. A few years earlier, she'd also suffered a stroke, but still managed to stage a comeback, finding ways to remain creatively engaged. Flack's road to stardom wasn't exactly primed for Billboard charts. A classically trained pianist and former music teacher in Washington, her biggest dream was to perform classical music, not win Grammy after Grammy. But after being discovered at a jazz club, she took a chance, auditioned, and the rest, as they say, is history. Michelle Trachtenberg, best known for her roles in Gossip Girl and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, passed away from complications of diabetes at her home in New York on February 26th. Multiple sources confirmed that she'd been sick for some time and had previously undergone a liver transplant. One insider told Us Weekly, "We all knew she was sick, but we didn't realize how sick. For a long while, she had back issues and then bone problems. She fell a few times." Trachtenberg's friend Amanda de Cadenet revealed that the star was hospitalized shortly before her passing. She posted on her Instagram story, "I will always remember you as the young, vivacious woman I met, and seeing your face from the hospital bed when we FaceTimed recently, even though you did not look like you, your sweetness and humor were still alive." Gene Hackman's death shook Hollywood in February, but not just because the world has lost one of its most illustrious actors. Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and one of their dogs died while at their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, under very tragic and unsettling circumstances. Hackman's body was found in his mudroom, and his wife's body was in a bathroom. The report also revealed that Hackman's wife, who was roughly 30 years younger than him, had prescription medications scattered on the countertop. The couple's autopsy reports provided further insight to their final days. Arakawa's cause of death was a rare viral illness called hantavirus pulmonary syndrome. As for Hackman, he had heart disease and Alzheimer's disease. Sadly, because of the latter, he likely didn't know that his wife was dying when she grew ill. Following the news, Hackman's family released a statement to confirm their passing, writing in part, "He was loved and admired by millions around the world for his brilliant acting career, but to us, he was always just Dad and Grandpa." Independent filmmaker Jeff Baena, possibly best known for being Aubrey Plaza's husband, passed away on January 3rd. According to initial reports from TMZ, first responders declared he had taken his own life. Baena boasted an impressive career in writing and directing independent films. After getting his start by collaborating with director David O. Russell on the script for 2004's I Heart Huckabees, Baena went on to launch his own successful career. Between 2014 and 2022, Baena was able to direct 5 movies, and his work has received critical praise. One of the more heartbreaking details regarding Baena's death was how often he and his wife would work alongside one another. Plaza starred in several of his films, including the hit Life After Beth. Other longtime collaborators of Baena include Alison Brie and her husband Dave Franco, with Brie co-writing Spin Me Round and Horse Girl and acting in several of Baena's films as well. George Foreman, the heavyweight legend who went toe-to-toe with Muhammad Ali and later became a successful entrepreneur, died on March 21st at the age of 76. Foreman passed away in a Houston hospital, though the cause of death has not been disclosed. In a statement, his family wrote in part, "A devout preacher, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great-grandfather, he lived a life marked by unwavering faith, humility, and purpose." Foreman fought his final fight in 1997 and officially hung up his gloves in 1999, pivoting into showbiz and entrepreneurship. His George Foreman grill became a kitchen staple, selling over 100 million units and earning him a fortune.
It's a real knockout package.
Foreman is survived by his wife, Mary Joan Martelly, and his 11 children, 5 of whom are also named George. The film industry was stunned on April 1st by the news that Val Kilmer, the legendary actor whose roles in Top Gun and Batman Forever cemented his superstar status, had died of pneumonia at the age of 65. Although Kilmer was considered difficult to work with by some, his talent was not to be questioned. Sure, he didn't collect as many trophies as some of his peers, but he was always a welcome presence in any movie. As film critic Roger Ebert once wrote, "If there is an award for the most unsung leading man of his generation, Kilmer should get it." In the final years of his life, Kilmer retreated from the spotlight, appearing in only a handful of projects after the treatment he received for throat cancer took his voice. But even then, the fire within him never went out. In a 2021 video that recreated his voice with AI, he said, "People around me struggle to understand me when I'm talking, but despite all that, I still feel I'm the exact same person, still the same creative soul."
Who's the better pilot? You or me? This is a nice moment. Let's not ruin it.
Valerie Mahaffey may not have been a household name, but chances are you've seen her in something and remembered her. She died on May 30th in Los Angeles at 71 years old, with her husband, actor Joseph Kell, disclosing that it was due to cancer. He said in a statement obtained by Variety, "I have lost the love of my life, and America has lost one of its most endearing actresses. She will be missed." Mahaffey's big break came in the early 90s when she won an Emmy for her role on the show Northern Exposure. Her career pretty much exploded from there, allowing her to become one of TV's most welcome recurring faces, turning up in just about everything like Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy, Young Sheldon, Dead to Me, and more. On June 9th, 2025, funk music legend Sly Stone's family shared in a statement on his website that the 82-year-old musician had passed away. The statement read, "After a prolonged battle with COPD and other underlying health issues, Sly passed away peacefully, surrounded by his 3 children, his closest friend, and his extended family." In the wake of Stone's passing, a number of outlets took a look back at some of the Sly and the Family Stone frontman's troubles over the years. As fans of the musician likely know, he lived as a recluse for decades and even lost his fortune at one point. More than that, his well-documented drug use prompted many to point out that his living to 82 was a blessing in itself. Notably, in late 2003, Stone himself told The Guardian he'd been warned by his doctors that the situation had become dire. Stone told the outlet that he'd gotten sober the same year, and it seems he remained so for the rest of his life. June 11th saw Beach Boys founding member Brian Wilson's family share an emotional statement on his Instagram confirming his death. 2 weeks later, TMZ published his death certificate, which showed that he had experienced cystitis in the days leading up to his death. As Beach Boys fans probably know, Wilson suffered the heartbreaking loss of his second wife, Melinda, in early 2024. A few months after his wife's death, Wilson was placed under a conservatorship. This was in light of the then 81-year-old's dementia diagnosis. Wilson was said to have welcomed the petition, with his manager sharing that he was physically healthy and working on projects. Sure enough, Rolling Stone had confirmed months earlier that Wilson's collaboration with former Beach Boys manager Fred Vale, a country album titled Cows in the Pasture, would be released in 2025. Heartbreakingly, Wilson died before a release date was ever made public. Food Network fans and personalities alike were stunned on June 17, 2025, when it was reported that Anne Burrell had died aged just 55. 2 days after the news broke, the New York Post reported that the chef had been discovered by her husband in her shower, and that there had been pills near her body. Though the outlet noted that the pills had not been officially linked to Burrell's death, a medical examiner eventually ruled her death as self-inflicted. In the wake of her passing, countless well-known faces opened up about their grief. One of them was fellow celebrity cook Rachel Ray.
This is what happened when chefs cook together. No, we really do this in real life. This isn't just for here. Oh, we do this like 12, 14 hours a day on her show.
Ray shared an emotional Instagram post, which featured a snap of the two of them on Burrell's wedding day. Ray had been a bridesmaid for Burrell when she wed Stuart Claxton in 2021. Recalling that she'd felt honored to be a part of the wedding party, Ray wrote, "The news about Anne has truly shaken us. John and I are heartbroken. I can't quite believe it. Such a strong, vibrant, fearless woman, so full of life and love, could be gone so soon." Elizabeth Faulkner also addressed her shock at the news, sharing on Instagram that they had seen each other just days prior to Burrell's devastating death. She wrote, "We were saying, let's just make a point of talking more often and getting together when we can." On July 3rd, fans of actor Michael Madsen were shocked to learn that he had passed away at just 67 years old. A frequent collaborator of director Quentin Tarantino, known for his appearances in Reservoir Dogs and Kill Bill, Madsen is believed to have died of cardiac arrest. He continued acting to the very end, with 17 film and television projects in the works at the time of his death. In the wake of his passing, a number of Michael's loved ones opened up about the heartbreaking loss. His sister, fellow actor Virginia Madsen, gave a touching tribute to her brother to Variety, writing, "My brother Michael has left the stage. He was thunder and velvet, mischief wrapped in tenderness, a poet disguised as an outlaw, a father, a son, a brother, etched in contradiction, tempered by love that left its mark."
I've always been a better rule breaker than a rule maker myself.
Michael's son, Luke Madsen, also shared some sweet words, posting on Instagram, "Not only was my hero a famous tough guy movie star, my hero was my father, and he was a damn good one. Love you, Pops. I'll see you again someday." On July 4th, Julian McMahon's wife Kelly revealed that the veteran actor had passed away from cancer, telling Deadline, "Julian loved life. He loved his family. He loved his friends. He loved his work. And he loved his fans. His deepest wish was to bring joy into as many lives as possible." His charmed love interest, Alyssa Milano, wrote, "He was a dear friend, the kind who checks in, the kind who remembers, the kind who shares, the kind who tells you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, but always with love." Fellow Charmed alum Rose McGowan also looked back on the fun they'd had together as colleagues, taking to her Instagram story to describe him as a force of brilliance, wild talent, and humor. One of Julian's final projects was The Surfer, and his final Instagram post saw the actor write about how much he'd enjoyed making the film. His co-star on the project, Nicolas Cage, expressed shock at his passing, telling Deadline that in addition to working together being one of his favorite professional experiences, he stated, "Julian is one of my favorite people." Cosby Show alum Malcolm-Jamal Warner was just 54 at the time of his tragic death on July 20th. The actor drowned while he was vacationing in Costa Rica. In addition to his work on The Cosby Show, Warner also starred in a number of other beloved shows, including the sitcom Malcolm and Eddie and the drama The Resident. Hollywood's reaction to Warner's tragic passing was heartbreaking. Tracy Ellis Ross, who played his on-screen wife in Read Between the Lines, gushed over her late co-star and friend in an emotional Instagram post. "I love you, Malcolm. First I met you as Theo with the rest of the world. Then you were my first TV husband. My heart is so sad. What an actor and friend you were. Warm, present, kind, thoughtful, deep, funny, elegant. You made the world a brighter place." Likewise, his Malcolm and Eddie co-star Eddie Griffin gushed in an Instagram post of his own, "You've taught me so much, and I thank you. Rest well, my big little brother." Fans of Black Sabbath were left heartbroken on July 22nd after learning that Ozzy Osbourne had died at the age of 76. Ozzy's family announced his passing in a statement to the press, sharing, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning." The timing of Ozzy's death was especially bittersweet for fans. Just weeks before, he'd performed in his final concert, Back to the Beginning. It was always intended to be Ozzy's last. The concert also raised close to $200 million, which was pledged to Acorn Children's Hospice, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Cure Parkinson's. The Osbournes had revealed on Good Morning America in 2020 that Ozzy had been diagnosed with Parkin, a condition different from Parkinson's disease, and that he wasn't gravely ill. Ozzy also shared that he hoped his fans stuck around.
I'm my heir, you know.
It just means so much to him what he does. He loves to perform.
Suffice it to say, Ozzy's fans did stick around, and he experienced just how much they loved him right until the very end.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Wrestling fans across the globe were shocked when WWE star Hulk Hogan died on July 24th. He was 71 at the time of his passing. His cause of death was cardiac arrest. A day after the family released a joint statement, Hulk's wife, Sky Daly, took to Instagram to address his devastating passing. She wrote, "I wasn't ready for this. My heart is in pieces. He had been dealing with some health issues, but I truly believed we would overcome them." Hulk's son, Nick Hogan, also shared a heartbreaking tribute on his own Instagram, sharing that he'd moved to Florida to spend more time with his dad, and was glad that he had. He wrote, "I am so grateful for those memories. They are the best moments in my life." Hulk was also survived by his daughter, Brooke. Sadly, the two were estranged for some time prior to his death. However, in an Instagram post addressing their complicated relationship, Brooke wrote, "He knows how deeply, how hard, and how purely I loved him. I am at peace knowing this." Legendary actor and director Robert Redford died on September 16th at the age of 89. Beyond his work on both sides of the camera, he was also an environmentalist and the founder of the Sundance Institute, which became famous for the long-running Sundance Film Festival. Redford initially announced his retirement in 2018, around the time The Old Man and the Gun came out, but he eventually walked the statement back. The following year, he was on the big screen again in Avengers Endgame. His final appearance on screen was a cameo on the show Dark Winds, alongside Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin.
Checkmate. Thanks a lot.
He remained out of the spotlight in the final years of his life. His last public appearance came in October 2021 when he attended the Prince Albert II of Monaco Foundation's award ceremony, where he was honored for his environmental efforts.
Well, oh well. La-di-da, la-di-da, la-la, yeah.
Rom-com lovers and classic film aficionados alike were left heartbroken in October when news broke that Oscar winner Diane Keaton had died at the age of 79. It was later confirmed that she died of pneumonia. Keaton's legacy in Hollywood was timeless. The actor was known for her boundless energy, and a friend told people that when that changed in the final months of her life, it raised alarm bells for many. They told the outlet, "She declined very suddenly, which was heartbreaking for everyone who loved her. It was so unexpected, especially for someone with such strength and spirit." Sadly, it seems as though Keaton was also prevented from doing some of the things she loved to do, like taking her dog for daily walks. A source who had encountered her on those walks before they stopped told people that Keaton was delightfully eccentric and said that she would talk to her dog like a person. That probably didn't come as a surprise to Keaton's fans. After all, her final Instagram post featured her golden retriever. Fans of classics like When Harry Met Sally and The Princess Bride were left devastated on December 14th when news broke that beloved director Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, had been killed in their Brentwood, Los Angeles home. Initial reports confirmed the LAPD suspected homicide, and it was later reported that the couple's son, Nick Reiner, had been arrested in connection with their deaths. In the wake of the heartbreaking news, countless celebrities reacted with touching statements. Zooey Deschanel, who played Rob's on-screen daughter in New Girl, penned an Instagram post saying, "Rob Reiner was the absolute warmest, funniest, most generous of spirits, a truly good human being." Rob was also remembered by political figures like Barack Obama, who lauded both him and Michelle in an X post for living lives defined by purpose. Obama also reminded his followers that Rob had been passionate about his belief in the goodness of people. That became especially poignant in wake of Donald Trump's response to the Reiners' deaths, which he used as an opportunity to mock the late director's outspoken comments against him. No doubt inspired by Rob and Michelle's own legacy, many of Trump's biggest supporters called him out for his heartless comments. It's certainly testament to the couple's impact on the world, and we're keeping the Reiner family in our thoughts. Other notable stars who died this year include David Lynch, Bob Uecker, Jane North, Ruth Buzzy, Ananda Lewis, Connie Francis, Lonnie Anderson, Danielle Spencer, Brandon Blackstock, Pope Francis, Loretta Swit, George Wendt, Tristan Rogers, June Lockhart, Diane Ladd, Ace Frehley, Phil Robertson, Terrence Stamp, Sally Kirkland, Mark Dobies, Eileen Fulton, D'Angelo, Sam Rivers, Cary Hiroyuki Tagawa, Jane Goodall, Peter Green, Anthony Geary, and Isaiah Whitlock Jr.